Hello everyone, my name is Neha and welcome back to California Diaries. In the last video, I shared my birth and labor story, and a very important part of that experience was my husband. So today I thought I will share with you some of the things that he did when I was in labor. One of the things that we did during my pregnancy was to make a birth plan. Things that you feel that your birth team should be aware of, anything which is important to you. So for instance, in my birth plan, I had written things like I wanted to be mobile, I wanted to be active while I was in labor, and that I didn't want to be asked if I want an epidural or any kind of pain medication. On a broader level, I wanted my labor and delivery experience to be as natural as possible, so without any medical interventions or without any procedural interventions. Write down your priorities in a birth plan, what you want no matter what, like what are the conditions or what are the things that you absolutely need and what are some of the things that you could do away with. So when you know your priorities, it is easier for you to communicate with the birth team. And secondly, we had joined a childbirth class which is called the Bradley method of childbirth, or the husband coached childbirth method. Your husband or whoever it is that's your partner acts as your coach or your support system. So he plays an important role in relaxing you, reading about it or being taught about it in the class, and then practicing these tips and these techniques at home made us a little bit more aware. One of the things that my birth plan included was that I didn't want to be pushing while I was lying down. I wanted to push either squatting, that was my most preferable position, or then lying on my side, but never lying on my back. So when the doctor intervened by telling me to lie down on my back, my husband stepped in and he asked certain questions. The risks of continuing to squat, or what if she does not lie down on her back, or what are our other options. And so the husband steps in here to help her decide things, help her remind about what priorities they had set. What happens is on the day of the labor, you trust the doctor completely, and you should, of course you should trust the doctor, but we didn't want to over rely on the medical professionals, in the sense that we were told in the birth class that unless it is an emergency or unless it is a C-section, there's nothing much that the doctor does on the day of the delivery, right? It's mostly, maybe some of you have also experienced this, it's mostly the nurses who do everything, and at the end of it the doctor comes. We desired that, we wanted very little interventions in terms of right from inducing labor or pushing and everything. We wanted everything to be as natural as possible. So when the doctor stepped in, asking questions and evaluating the situation helped me. And of course this was done by my husband, so that's why I say that he was my advocate. He was the one who made sure that the priorities that we had set in our birth plan were fulfilling, and that I was comfortable beyond anything else, and asking the right question. When you have the right knowledge, you know the right questions to ask, right? So my husband played a very important role by just staying with me and communicating with my birth team and making sure that my experience was a positive one. In terms of physical relaxation, we relied a lot on massages. So my husband used to massage me, and it was also important to give him feedback. So I used to constantly give him feedback about the kind of pressure that he was using, or the kind of touch, because sometimes it can be too hard or it can be irritating. So it was very important for us that I give him the right feedback so that he did the right things on the day of the labor. I used to tense up a particular part of my body, and then it was my husband's job to identify, first of all observe me and then identify which part of my body I am tensing up, and then asking me to relax, giving me like a gentle touch, or just asking me to relax, just saying those words. That was what we practiced a lot, and we used that on the day of the labor. My husband's job here was really to observe me, because it's very natural for a mother to tense up her body when she's in pain and just a lot of stress. So relaxing that body goes a long way into de-stressing you. The idea is that the husband relaxes you with his voice, with his touch. In terms of massage, discussing what kind of oils or lotions, if any, you prefer. I did not use any kind of oils on my body, but I had a lavender essential oil, like an infuser going on, so that helped me relax a lot. So what kind of motion do you prefer? Someone likes just a gentle rub or a stroke, or someone likes proper massage. So I communicated that to him, and anything that could put me off. So for instance, telling him that if there's a strand of hair on my face, then just take it off, because that can irritate me. Or if my hair look loose to you, just tie them up, or ask me to tie them up. As far as mental relaxation goes, we had made a playlist, and just instrumental music that my husband used to put on while he used to practice massaging me before the labor day. But even on the day of labor, he had put on some instrumental piece on YouTube. Right from the time I got admitted into that delivery room until my baby was out and we were having skin to skin. So that also really helped me. Affirmations was a very important part in my mental relaxation. So my husband used to say things like, you're doing a great job. With every contraction, we are getting closer to the baby, or that you're doing so well, and just keep going and we'll be fine, and we are in this together. So saying things like that. So when you're in labor, it's difficult for you to remember to drink water or whatever it is that you want to do to make yourself feel better. You are just feeling uneasy and you don't know what to do. So my husband that day was reminding me to drink water, just sip some water, and reminding me to move around, because again, that's what we had decided that we would do. So just reminding me to walk, and again using words like let's go for a walk, or let's get some water, let's get some juice. So using the words we and us instead of you go do this helped me feel that we were together in all of it. Although he knew and even I knew that I was the one who was going to undergo all that pain and everything, but just those words of encouragement and just saying we instead of you helped me feel like I was not alone. Even if you can't be there physically in the delivery room, there are lots of things that you can do before and even after. But if you can be there in the delivery room, then there's a lot you can do, because I was the mother can just do what she's doing. She has to deal with it, deal with everything alone, but knowing that she has someone with her makes a huge difference, right? Even if you want to help, we sometimes the husbands sometimes don't know what to do. So that's why I made this video. So now you know what all you can do, and I'm sure there must be plenty more that you can do to support your wife who's in labor. Yeah, that's it from me today, and hope you like this video, and let me know your labor and delivery experience in the comment section below. See you next time. Bye.